You remind me of someone, but I'm not gonna mention who it is. The guy who introduces his welcome to my garage. Knowledge!
Will motivation. Will motivation.
You're watching Will Motivation. Here is where we create, educate, and motivate. Welcome to Will Motivation.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Will Motivation, back again with another video. First of all, let me apologize. It's been a minute since I actually made a video of any substance, but I've been on the move, been doing a lot of stuff. My finances have been kind of tight, so I've been moving things around, trying to take care of Knowledge, the Lambo. In case you don't know, that's Knowledge. Knowledge is the Lambo for the channel, and my name is Will Motivation. And today we're going to talk about a subject that one of my subscribers reached out to me yesterday, and he said, "Hey, Will, can you do a video talking about how to stay motivated and focused to achieve your goals?" So, you know, that request, I told him I definitely would do a video to talk about that. But that request kind of hit home with me because, yeah, my channel is called Will Motivation and all that good stuff. But I too have to stay motivated. So, you know, it kind of forced me to think through what keeps me motivated or what makes me motivated and how I stay focused. So I took some notes. And we're going to talk about my top 5 tips for how to stay motivated and to achieve your goals. Top 5 tips. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to show you guys some video footage from a car show where Knowledge was featured here recently. Columbus Cars and Coffee. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to Zach at Esoteric Auto. They're the ones that put on the exhaust, the 5-speed exhaust on my Lambo. But after this video, or after my top 5 tips for how to stay motivated, I'm actually gonna let you guys check out some clips from that car show. But without further ado, let's get into my top 5 tips for how to stay motivated and focused to achieve your goals. So these are not necessarily in order by importance, but I'm just going to talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys consider me to be a successful person, a motivated person, an accomplished person, because a lot of you guys see the Lambo or the nice crib or the real estate and stuff. But I'm really just a regular guy that I think I'm very focused and I go after my dreams and my goals. So I'm going to tell you kind of how I did that, and you know, let's get right into it. So number 1, pick your flock carefully. So what do I mean by flock? What I mean by that is birds of a feather flock together. Okay, so if you want to become a person that achieves your goals and achieves some level of success in life, then you got to look at the people around you and what their attitudes are. And you need to surround yourself with people that are positive and supportive, and are not dream killers, as me and my friends like to say. We tease each other when we come up with ideas sometimes, and somebody in the group will say something that's maybe challenging the idea, and then we call them dream crushers or dream killers. But you just got to be careful who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with a bunch of people that are negative, that are getting into trouble, that are, you know, on a path to nowhere, you know, then you need to look at yourself and say, okay, what am I doing hanging around these kind of people? It's okay, you know, if you know people like that, but do you spend your time and energy with these people? Because eventually, if you do, you're going to pick up some of their habits and some of the things that they do. And if they're not successful and they're not going in a direction that you want to go in, what are you doing hanging around? So, and a lot of you say, well, you can't forget where you came from and the people you grew up with, but you got to remember, when you were growing up, there was a lot of people around when you was growing up. So, like for me, in my case, the people that I grew up with, I grew up with a whole lot of people in my neighborhood. I'm from the inner city in Columbus, Ohio. I'm from the hood, basically. And there was a lot of people that were around that I grew up with, because we used to go outside, we used to get on our bicycles, and we would be anywhere. Our parents kind of gave us, there was 3 boys in my house, so my parents just let us go outside when we were little and do whatever we wanted. And so there was a lot of people that were around, but I picked my friends wisely. Like, I picked the people that I wanted to trust and that I wanted to be around. And I pride myself on picking good friends. So the same people that I picked back then to be my friends are the same people that are my friends today that are from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They keep me who I am, and hopefully I do the same for them. So if you made the wrong choices when you were younger and you were hanging around the wrong people, then you just need to make some changes and start hanging around the right people. Because like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So that's my number one tip for staying motivated and achieving your goals, because the people around you, if they're good people, when you have an idea or a goal, they'll get behind you and support you. So pay attention. If you have ideas and you have goals and people around you are like, man, dude, that's some bull crap or whatever, and or they're saying you can never achieve your dreams and goals and stuff like that, if that's what kind of people you're surrounded with, you need to change your friends in your group. Or maybe you don't have anybody that you're around, and I suggest you just branch out and meet people that are doing the things that you want to do, or that are interested in going to places that you want to go in life. So, for example, if you're interested in investing in real estate, join a real estate investors group and make some new friends. You know what I'm saying? Take a class in something that you're trying to learn how to get into, and then start making friends with your classmates, because those are the type of people that are going where you want to go. So that's my number one tip. I think you guys get the point on that, right? Number 2 for me is huge. Number 2 is constantly visualize what you want. So this for me is something that came natural. Like, this is something that I was kind of born with. I obsess over certain things that I want, and everything that I obsess over, I usually get it. Even if I don't have a path to getting it, I usually will make one, or I'll find one, or create one. All right, my bad. So I just had to think, clear my mind. So what we're talking about, constantly visualize what you want. For me, this came natural since from the time I was a kid. There was a lot of things that I did not have growing up. To make a long story short, my mom was a substitute school teacher, and my dad was a politician when I was growing up. My dad didn't make hardly any money. If I had to guess, my dad probably made in a year less than $10,000 a year, if I had to guess. My mom, as a substitute teacher, growing up, she made less than $10,000 a year. So with 4 kids, in the house, my parents didn't have extra money for anything. So if I wanted like some toy cars or remote control cars, I got 3 or 4 remote control cars sitting right here on my shelf. I used to obsess over having remote control cars and toys and stuff like that. And sometimes my parents couldn't afford to buy us any toys or buy us nice shoes. Like, I never had a pair of Jordans when I was growing up. I didn't have nothing close to that. I had one pair of Nikes I had one pair of Nikes, you know, all throughout grade school, all the way up to 12th grade. I had one pair of Nikes. Man, I'm pissed. Pissed. Stupid thing. Man, this stupid camera, I just recorded about 20 minutes worth of top 5 tips, and the stupid Samsung turned off. Man, I'm salty right now. Dang. Alright, man. What was I talking about? Visualization. Constantly visualize what you want. And I'm gonna try to make this quick. I've already been sitting here and my dad on camera stopped recording. But constantly visualize what it is you want. For me, this is like one of the most powerful things of this top 5 of achieving the things that you want. Is constantly put those things in front of yourself, man. So if that means, you know, cutting out pictures in a magazine of, you know, your favorite vacation spot that you want to go to one day, or pictures of your supercar or your dream car and putting it up, or spending time with your family and it's pictures of your loved ones and spending time with them. Whatever it might be, visualize it, man. Put it in front of yourself to remind you and keep you motivated to achieving those things, and that, you know, those things that you want to happen. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think this is probably, like I said, been the most powerful thing, because I tend to obsess over the things that I want, and almost everything I can think of that I've ever obsessed over getting or having, I have achieved or accomplished or whatever. So as simple as that may sound, it's very, very powerful. And a lot of people who have achieved their goals will tell you the same thing, that they used to obsess over whatever those things were. And then they brought those things, it's kind of like the law of attraction is what they call it. So, all right, so the next thing on the list, be patient and stay focused. Man, I'm sidetracked right now because I just dropped some knowledge, man. When I do these videos, I'm just basically freestyling off the top of my head. And I'm sidetracked now because I dropped all them gems and the daggone thing started recording. But anyway, let me get on track, man. Let me stay focused. There's a lot of people, like, focus is the difference between success and failure in a lot of cases, because I know a lot of people that are very talented, very educated, very smart, they have great ideas, they can do a lot of different things and very capable. But if you're not focused, man, you could be the most talented person in the world, but you might not achieve your goals or your dreams. So you got to be able to stay focused. And sometimes that means sacrificing things that waste your time, or doing things that might distract you, or being around people that might distract you. So you might have to make some sacrifices. But if you want to achieve your goals and stay motivated, surround yourself by motivated people and focus, or people that are moving in the same direction or doing the same type of things that you need to be doing, so that you can stay focused on whatever it is you need to be doing to achieve your goal. And sometimes that may mean surrounding yourself by certain people, but it also could mean excluding yourself from certain people and not being around certain people and staying by yourself to focus on doing some work or whatever it might be. So, you know, staying focused, but then, you know, part of the question was, you know, how do you stay focused and motivated? So I can't answer how do you stay focused with being focused, but what I can say is you can be patient while you are moving towards whatever it is you're determined to get. So because a lot of times what you're trying to get is not something that's going to pop up the next day. Like, for example, when I wanted to one day get a Lamborghini, man, I've been working towards this, and I haven't visualized it the whole time because I really thought, you know, maybe it's a little bit unattainable until I started getting closer to reaching the goal. But I was focused on other things, like the success of my business and stuff like that. But you got to be patient. So like I said, if you are visualizing having something, it might not be tomorrow that you get it. So you got to work towards it and be patient and determined to get it and believe that you can get it and believe in yourself. So that's my number 3 tip. Stay focused. Stay determined and be patient. Number 4, remember the hard times as a source of motivation. So like I said, man, when I was growing up, I call that hard times. Even though growing up poor, for me, I didn't really know I was poor so much until I started wanting stuff when I got older and couldn't get it. Because I had a pretty happy childhood, and so I was rich in family and good people around. You know what I'm saying? So hard times weren't really that hard as a kid because, you know, I didn't have to pay no bills, stuff like that. I didn't have to worry about that. But for my parents, I'm sure it was a hard time where they were trying to figure out how to make ends meet. But you remember those times to keep you on track and keep you motivated so that you don't return to hard times. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget where you come from and the things that you've had to go through and the struggles you've had. You know, don't forget those things because you can return to those things if you're not focused and stay on track and not careful and you know, intentional about how you spend your time and where you put yourself in order to you know, have the type of future you want. So basically, that's my number 4 tip, man, is remember the hard times. And sometimes fear is a very motivating thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be motivated to get up out the water at the beach? Let a shark show up, you know what I'm saying? If a shark shows up, I bet you're motivated to get up out that water quick because you're scared and there's fear. And so for me, like, I'm not going to lie, fear was a big motivating factor for me when I was, you know, like a young adult and I was going through college and stuff, because I had a fear of being broke and a fear of being poor, fear of being a bum, fear of being, you know, a struggling human being, man. I had a fear of that. Like, I didn't want that. So I had a healthy fear, and that made me motivated. Just like if a shark came in the water and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to get bit by that shark. Let me see if I'm the fastest person to get up out the water. So like, because I might have been the most scared to get bit by the shark. So sometimes fear can be a motivation, man. And you just got to remember those things, whether it's a past situation or even a current situation where you're like, you know what, man, I'm tired of living like this and I need to get out of this situation. So let me make some moves. Let me make some changes. Let me take some action. So let those things push you and motivate you, man, because you can get out of a bad situation. You always can get out. You just gotta try. You gotta scratch. You gotta claw. Sometimes daggone camera turned off again. So where was I, man? Remember the hard times as a source of motivation. That's number 4. Number 5, make plans. And you might say, make plans for what? Make plans to be happy. Make plans to do the things that you want to do. Make plans to have the things that you want to have. So, and you might not know the exact step-by-step way to get what you want, because it could be a lot of different things. It could be, like for me in my situation, you know, my biggest thing that I want in life over everything is for my son. My son is autistic and he can't talk or really communicate very well. So more than anything, I want my son to be able to talk. That's my struggle, you know what I'm saying? So I have to have a plan in order to help him to, you know, get over his current condition and try different things and therapies and all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? And I've done a lot of that, but I gotta keep doing it, you know, even though, and I gotta be patient, even though things don't happen overnight. Like, that's my dream, that's my goal. Having the cars are nice, and I had a dream, you know, one day to get a Lambo, and it's fun for me, and it sort of justifies my hard work and justifies, you know, making good investment decisions and stuff like that. But this is not the end game for me. The end game for me is my son and my daughter to be great, you know, to have a great life, you know. So that, like, those are my goals, and that's part of my plans for happiness, you know what I mean? But you always got to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So you got to be happy, you know, and healthy and stuff. So you got to make plans for those things that make you happy. So if it's a car, if it's a vacation, if it's spending time with loved ones, or whatever it is you like to do or eat, whatever, make a plan for it. And like I said, you might not have the answer on day one on how you do certain things, but you got to start somewhere. You got to say, you know what? Start with the basics. let's say you want a supercar one day, you want to have a Lambo. Well, what does it take to get a Lambo? It takes money, and a lot of money. So what does it take to get a lot of money? Maybe it takes, usually somebody gotta give it to you, or you gotta earn it. Most people are not given, $200,000 to buy a car like this. So how are you gonna get, that much money, whatever it is, to be able to afford that car or whatever, or take that vacation or whatever it might be? So you gotta have a plan. So okay, somebody's probably not gonna give it to me, so I gotta work for it. And then, so that's, write that down. I gotta work for it. Okay, what can I do to earn that kind of money? Well, I got a job, but my job only pays me $35,000 a year, or whatever your job pays you. That's not enough to get what I'm trying to get. So what's the next step? How do other people afford these cars? Do they have better paying jobs than me? Or man, if this thing cuts off again, I'm gonna be pissed. I know I'm not talking that long, but anyway, man, what I'm saying, make a plan, man. Make a plan, write it down, and start executing on it. And you'll figure it out. Just talk to people that have done it. So you want to have a Lamborghini one day, you can talk to me. I answer almost all my comments. If you ask me a question, I'm most likely, there's an 80 or 90% chance I'm going to answer you. So you might ask me, just like the guy asked me, shout out to Junie Home. That's who asked me. He sent me a message on Instagram, @WillMotivation. Real simple. If you want to holler at me on Instagram. And he asked me, and I'm answering this question on the video right now. So if you want to have a Lambo one day, ask somebody who has a Lambo how they got it. And then if they say, well, I started a business, or I started investing. Okay, well, what kind of business did you start? How did you get the knowledge to start the business? What kind of investments do you do? How did you get the knowledge to start investing? And start asking those questions and making your plan. Like, I'm going to start investing in something. I'm going to start a side business in something. And I'm going to keep trying, and I'm not going to quit. And eventually, you get what you want. And if you know that, that should be enough for you to stay motivated. So that's Will Motivation, my 5 tips, and I'm out before this daggone camera cuts off again.
What's up, YouTube? Your boy is back. Been out of town for a minute, but I'm back at home. So today, it's Saturday. We're about to go check out a car show. They have knowledge on display, so we're gonna check that out. And they got a special exotic car that just came into the country. Real hype. Let's go check it out. This is Will Motivation. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for me. And we're gonna do some interesting stuff today, and we're gonna talk about some interesting topics. So let's go check it out. Oh, since knowledge is at the car show already, more to come on that reason. We're gonna take the 5.0. We're here at the car show for Columbus Cars and Coffee. Shout out to Paul. And we're gonna check out knowledge and see what else they got here. But man, I like what I'm seeing. I got my 5.0 over there. But let's go check out what they got on display. I like this blacked out Mustang GT350. Man, that hood is nice. That's a nice, man. I'm gonna have to get a hood like that. Black rims. Thinking about wrapping my my Mustang battleship gray. So I think that'd be nice. Let's see what else they got going on over here. That orange is nicer in person than pictures. Don't really do it justice. That's it. those brakes. It's a Turbo S. Very nice. That's it right here. Lambo there. Orange interior. Never seen that. There's that nice convertible. Love the interior on that one. That's that all-wheel drive. Beautiful. Now let's go see something special. Knowledge. Let's go see knowledge.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How you doing,
So
man?
this is yours, right? Is this your car?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's Will's. It doesn't say sign up, but it's gotta be yours.
Oh, my plate's not on there? This one?
I do.
I like them too. The other ones had like black accents in them, or yeah. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? You alright?
That's the first time I heard the exhaust system.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, before I started it up. So you know it's gone, right? It's repoed. It's getting repoed. Yeah, it's probably gonna happen Friday. Yeah. The new one? I don't know what you call this color. It looks like a cool gray. Look at the interior. Interior is like purple almost. Yeah, I've never seen one of these close up, but it's beastly. How you doing, man? Oh, that's like on the Lambo, right? It looks fast. I love to drive one. Is that actually a is that a sensor or is that a camera? The sensors, yeah.
That's a camera.
Like the Ferrari. Ferraris have a camera like that. Didn't get a whole lot of footage today, but we made it out, and man, the weather is super nice. Headed over to the 5.0. Hopefully nobody's mad at me for parking over here. Yo, this is Will Motivation. Just wanted to say thanks for checking out this video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And also feel free to share this video with your friends and be a part of the movement. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Holla.